Ball State Sports Links Driven is proudly presented by Stoops Automotive. Online at stoopsauto.com.
So giggly and laughy and just go out there and we're just goofy.
I kept telling myself, you know, I didn't make it this year, but that doesn't mean I'm not good. I'm just not good yet.
Welcome into Ball State Sports Links Driven, presented by Stoops Automotive. I'm your host, Connor Onion, alongside Allison Luthman. Allie, what do you say? How about we give the people what they want, the best stories in Ball State sports?
That sounds great to me. And we're going to start with women's tennis and why they say last season was good, but just not good enough.
They want to do something that's never been done here.
Making the MAC finals was good, but it wasn't good enough. So I know that just made everyone on the team hungrier to come back again and win the championship.
I think we had a lot of good players my last 2 years who really set a great standard, and now the goal for the players this year and for myself and Tessa is to keep that standard going and also achieve a whole new level.
Yeah, we're really excited. We're really working on our doubles team, and because we think that's a key point that we want to win. And then we're working on some single stuff individually. We're working on competitiveness and want to be a pretty tough team to beat. I think we're a team of depth where any given day one player could do something like clinch a match for us, something like that.
Coach Norris, well, he's really ambitious, which is good, and you can tell how passionate he is about winning and stuff like that, which is always good going to a match when you have a coach that really wants to win just as bad as any of the players, if not maybe even more. I think we have a really good team, and I think we're definitely capable of winning MAC and having the best season that we've had in history and breaking a lot of records.
Whatever conference you're in, you always want to come out on top, but I think especially for this program, you've seen it continue to get better each year, and I know the returning players, it's a heartbreak to lose in the finals. So I know they're motivated, and our freshmen, our newcomers, they want to make a statement in the conference, and they want to do something that's never been done here. So that's the goal for sure, and we're really excited to get started.
Obviously we have to be very detail-oriented to get there, and we can't really rest on something we've done in the past or things like that, but I do think that's mine and Tessa's goal is to drive them every single day and push them every day and challenge them every day, and hopefully when May 1st rolls around, that's where we are.
From a member of the USA Youth National Team to a key contributor for the Ball State Cardinals on the volleyball court, we take a look at the intense work ethic of Brendan Serrain with this I Play For You.
To some, this is a game. A way to pass time. But for me, this is more. Preparation is key in order to thrive. Some want it to happen. Others wish it to happen. I make it happen. I play for the team first. I play through adversity. I will never quit. I'm Brendan Serrain, and I play for you.
As one of the best offensive players for Ball State volleyball, Brendan Serrain has led Ball State to a top 15 ranking in the nation throughout the course of the 2016 season. Brendan's had some success on the volleyball court. Let's celebrate some of the other athletes in Ball State athletics that have had success here lately, Allie.
All right, let's take a look at what's chirping. First, we have the big man on the boards for Ball State men's basketball, Bo Calhoun.
He's made quite a transformation since his sophomore year when he only averaged 2 points and 3 rebounds per game. He now has 10 career double-doubles, averaging 11 points and 8 rebounds on the year.
All right, Connor, and what about gymnastics, Denasia Christian?
Denasia Christian, back-to-back floor champion in the Mid-American Conference. She's also improved her vault as well, third best in the conference right now.
Let's go back to basketball. We have Natalie Fontaine for the women's team. Definitely a name we've been hearing a lot in MAC News.
Yeah, and she gets a lot of attention from opposing defenses, double teams, sometimes even triple teams down in the post. She's been in double figures every single game this season and scored her 2,000th career point against Kent State early on in February.
And lastly, we have not just one player, but instead the entire women's swim and dive team.
That 3.62 GPA is third highest in the nation right now behind Bowling Green and Wagner. They're only a 100th of a point behind Bowling Green and Wagner at 3.62. That's also the best in Ball State athletics.
And congratulations to all those athletes. Next, we're going to look at the story of swimmer Bradley Ridge, how he balances friends, faith, and representing Team USA.
Life can go certain ways and it can go up and down, it can fluctuate, but swimming's always been there for me. And so is Judaism, and so is Team USA for that matter. No matter what's going on in my life, I can always go to the pool, I can always work out, I can always make sure that I get out what I put in. It's always there for me, it's always dependable.
He tried basketball and soccer and ice hockey even, and he didn't have good hand-eye coordination, so those type sports just didn't appeal to him.
And then, we entered this neighborhood swim league, like after swim lessons, and I started to enjoy it, really started to feel like I was a part of a team for the first time. That's where this whole thing started. My father's family is Catholic. My mother's family is predominantly Jewish. Growing up, I was exposed to both religions. And when I was about 13 or 14, our parents said, "We're not going to force you to be a part of either one of these activities, but if this is something that you want to encounter and something you want to feel." My sister and I both chose to go to religious school, and a couple of years later we became bar and bat mitzvahed, and it's still a part of our lives today. The Maccabi Games started years and decades ago as a way to celebrate not only American but international Jewry, mainly to celebrate God and faith and religion through competition. And that's when I realized this was a way I could not only represent America but kind of this religious body that I've been waiting to represent my entire life. I emailed the coach, emailed the team, made it clear that I'm a passionate, driven individual, and I hope to accomplish something great at these events. I got an email saying, welcome to Team USA, and that was my entire world that day. It didn't matter what else happened. I made Team USA. My grandmother passed away last winter, and it was a hard time for me because it was just a few weeks before our conference championship meet. And I had to watch her lose touch with the world around her, and that was almost unbearable for me to see. Seeing a relative that has shown you the world lose touch with her own is one of the hardest things that I've ever witnessed. And then MAC was coming up. I knew our conference championship was important, and I've been working my butt off all year, and I told my coach, like, you know, things are hard, but the pool's my escape. And that to this day has kind of been a defining moment, that talk with my coach. That's when I started training my butt off. Last year was the first year where I put my head down and the results came in, and that's kind of allowed me the opportunity to represent Team USA. What I'm trying to prove to myself and the people around me that I can do is achieve what I set my mind to achieve. Because when I was little, I never thought I could.
Really, and looking at it in whole was really what made me proud that, you know, you're going, you're representing the USA, you're helping out in local communities.
He's never shied away from the fact that he's Jewish. He's stood up for who he is. I couldn't be prouder. I mean, he's worked really hard for a really long time at this.
I kept telling myself, you know, I didn't make it this year, but that doesn't mean I'm not good. I'm just not good yet. I'm here, like, I made it.
Bradley has returned from Chile and has continued to excel in the individual medley and butterfly this season for Ball State. For the softball team, their season has commenced in early February. There's a changing of the guard at the head coach as they went to the NCAA tournament last year after a MAC title. How do they hope to emulate that success starting this season?
The best part about this program and taking it over was the winning culture, of course. These kids, they work hard, they train hard, they play hard, they know how to win, they expect to win. And I think, man, how do you pass up on a job like that? I had wonderful instruction. I was not only around smart people, I was around really well-intentioned, wonderful people that wanted to see me succeed, I think in all levels of the game. And that's definitely something I try to instill in our kids. I'm a coach that believes in relationships. And I don't believe you can motivate, inspire, discipline, whatever you need to do as a coach if you don't have that relationship with your kids. I can just kind of add a little bit of my stamp of, you know, optimism and positivity, and of course a lot of game knowledge. I can tell you that we've got a better team now than we had in September. And we had a good team in September. So that's a pretty exciting thing that they've taken to the instruction well and the coaching well, and we haven't changed a ton and we haven't needed to. But I think the places where we've gotten better and, you know, that we addressed as, I guess, shortcomings in September are maybe fine points now, and like we're just excited to see them compete. I think to see how this team is going to react with their back against the wall, I think is going to be a really exciting thing. They're not going to back down. Like when things are going to get tough and they're going to come up with a big hit, or, you know, one of the pitchers is going to come up with a big strikeout, things like that, I think it's, you know, you have to enjoy those little moments as a coach. Because if you're getting enough of those little moments, you're having some great success on the field. But I think that's what I'm most excited for. We're, you know, hopefully going to win the regular season, and we're going to go out and win the tournament. You know, we had a big win in a regional at the end of last season. So hopefully the idea is every time you get to postseason, you're building a little bit more, right? So we had one big win, now I want 3 big wins. And then I want to win the whole thing.
We have Alexis Williams joining us in studio for your social media update. Alexis?
Thanks, Allie. And here's what's trending around Ball State sports. We're less than 2 months away from the 2nd annual Chirpies, and the hosts have officially been named. Jayla Washington and Albert Jennings will take the stage of Emmons on April 11th. Follow @the_Chirpies for more exciting news before the show. Trey Moses or the weekend? The men's basketball freshman left Central Michigan with more than just a win. Maybe a possible backup career as the weekend's double? To find out more about who Trey Moses, 32, is, Watch the latest episode of Ball State Sports Links Out of the Shadow. Seeing double? Denasia Christian is the senior posed with herself at the Think Pink meet Ball State hosted on Valentine's Day. To see gymnastics in action, you can watch them compete against Bowling Green on February 28th on ESPN3. Baseball season is back and junior Caleb Staten is ready. The Cardinals open their season in Arizona. Be on the lookout for Season 2 of Ball State Sports Link's baseball show, Believe, premiering soon. And that's what's trending in Ball State sports. Back to you, Connor.
Great work, Alexis. There's a buzz around the Ball State football program as earlier on this winter, the former Saints quarterback coach in the NFL, Mike New, was introduced as the new head coach for Ball State football. With help from Tyler Bradfield, we meet the new head coach for the Ball State Cardinals.
It's continuing coverage of the introductory press conference of the new head coach of Ball State, Mike New. Coach, first off, congratulations on the job and welcome back to Ball State. What about this job was so attractive to you?
Well, thank you first off for your support, and it's exciting, the chance for me to be back home. This place is special to me. A lot of great days here when I was here as a player and had a chance to win 2 MAC championships here, and I certainly hoped this opportunity would present itself one day, but I just kept finding my way working south, and I've been with a great organization for the last 13 years with the Saints. But listen, when I had an opportunity to meet with Mark Sandy and President Ferguson, I knew I wanted to go to work with those two guys, and when they gave me this opportunity, I knew that, after I talked to my wife and my family, and couldn't wait to get up here and get started.
A high school football player in the Indianapolis area, then a Ball State quarterback, a Mid-American Conference champion, to a Ball State Hall of Famer. You told a story during your press conference about winning the 1993 Mid-American Conference Championship. How do you get back to that point here as a head coach?
Well, it takes hard work. We got to identify the right kids. We got to work hard in recruiting. We got to uncover every rock possible to find kids that we're going to come in and perform what we ask them to do. And it's not easy, I know that, but you got to roll up your sleeves. You got to push the envelope. You got to try to get better each and every day. And we got to have kids that want to buy in and know that, hey, there are no secrets to success. It's all about hard work. It's about trying to find a way to get better every day, and we'll stack up enough wins to find ourselves in the hunt for a MAC title.
Your career path a little bit unique in the fact that you come from the NFL, had days coaching in the Arena Football League. How does that translate now to being an FBS head coach?
Well, my experience in the Arena Football League, I was a coach there for 9 years, 6 as a head coach and 3 as an offensive coordinator. And listen, the Arena Football League's where I cut my teeth as a play caller. You learn to be aggressive because in the Arena League, it's fast-paced. You score, and you expect to score on every possession. And I look at college football now. It's the 11-man version of arena football. It's fast-paced, it's high-scoring, it's up-tempo offense, it's no huddle. So those are things that I'm excited to bring to the table here because we're going to play fast and we're going to go out, we're going to have a lot of fun, we're going to put the quarterback in a position to have success and take advantage of his skill set.
The most recent quarterback you had the chance to coach was Drew Brees with the New Orleans Saints. What did you learn from Drew that you can translate here to Ball State with Riley Neal?
Drew Brees is special, one of a kind, but the one thing you can share about Drew Brees, if you're a young quarterback with aspirations, it's all those things that take place through the week that people don't see with Drew. He has a very meticulous routine that he doesn't deviate from. He puts in hard work each and every day. He takes care of his body. He was one of the hardest workers in the weight room. And all of those results that you see on Sunday are the result of the way he prepares through the week. He literally goes on the practice field and practices each and every rep like he's playing in the Super Bowl.
Away from football, obviously your introductory press conference today had a lot of family in attendance. How special is that to you to have your family here today, and what do they mean to you?
That means everything to me. I come from a big family. I'm the youngest of 8, and for them to be here with me today is exciting. I love my family. I've been away from them for a long time, so I'm excited for my kids to get the chance to be around their cousins more, to be around their grandma, and the family reunions, the tailgates at Schumann Stadium are going to be a lot of fun.
Have you had an opportunity to show them campus and kind of relive your days here yet?
Well, just briefly on the drive over from the hotel, I've kind of showed my wife and kids the campus, but I know they're excited about seeing the university, get involved in campus life, attending other sporting events, and supporting the other athletic programs here, and just fitting in whatever way we can. I know they're excited about it.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the position and best of luck here at Ball State.
Thank you.
Great to have Coach New with us. I talked to some of his coaching staff that he brought from Louisiana. They said the biggest challenge so far was getting used to our Indiana winters. Other than that, the team has started their spring workouts and are preparing for next season. Connor?
Certainly exciting times for Ball State football. We go back to the swimming pool and perhaps One of the best kept secrets in the swimming pool is Katie Horn for the Ball State women's swimming and diving team. We get to know her a little bit better with this Meet the Athlete.
I actually had an injury and my sister had swam, so I always had to sit through the swim meets. And so I tried it out and they had called me and wanted me to come back and swim for the middle school team, and that's where it all started. I chose Ball State because of the nursing program, and then when I met the team and Christy, the coach, I just kind of fell in love with all of it. And then with the swimming, it just all kind of fit into my plan. My favorite event is the 200 fly because butterflies, something I'm better at, and just it's a sense of accomplishment at the end of every race. My favorite memory is probably last year at MAC, swimming the 200 fly in prelims, and it was just a great feeling in the race, and heard my teammates cheering for me, and then hit the wall and went my lifetime best. I'd really like to be at hopefully like a 2-minute 2:01 this year, but I mean, you never know what happens when you're tapered.
What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite animal?
Oh, dolphin.
Celebrity crush?
John Cena.
Favorite movie?
The Lucky One.
One place you want to live when you get older?
North Carolina.
Your role model?
My mom.
Next, we have gymnast Sarah Ebeyer and how she's not only competing against other teams, but family.
When I'm around her, we are both so giggly and laughy and just go out there and we're just goofballs. And my whole family is.
My sister and I both can dance, and we always if we're just at home and we blare music, we're always sitting there dancing or in the car. Like one time, she came up and visited me at school and we were dancing in the car, and my coach saw us, was driving by, and she videotaped us and sent it to us.
Single, double, single, double, single.
We're gonna be next to each other all the time. I mean, she's definitely a little bit more. We're both very adventurous, but we can't be away for too long. My family is just such a close-knit family, and I'm very blessed.
I guess my greatest attribute is I'm very spunky and upbeat and always in a positive mood. So when people are down, I always know how to get them up and make them laugh.
She definitely makes me burst out of my bubble. You know, she is definitely that person that makes me be extraordinary instead of just taking life so seriously all the time. She reminds me to enjoy it.
She is, I always say, my second mother. She always has great advice, and I always can go to her with anything, and she knows what to tell me.
When you look at us, when you watch our gymnastics, we actually look like we resemble each other. We do a lot of the same skills, we do the same events. She's definitely a more graceful gymnast, and I'm a more powerful gymnast. So that's, I guess, where the differences come in. She's a twister, and I'm a flipper. I want to know how high can I get in the air, how many times can I flip, and she's how many times can I twist with my toes pointed and look all cute.
We both do beam, floor, and vault, and we always push each other harder. So if she gets this really good score, she's like, you can do it too. And so I push myself harder because I always say she has a great vault, and we have the same genes, and I should be able to do that too.
We both kind of have figured out the way we perform best, and that's by dancing, joking around, almost throwing yourself into your team so much, watching them perform.
Welcome inside the new home of Ball State Gymnastics, Worthen Arena. Eastern Michigan and Illinois State are in town for today's tri-meet.
It's one of my favorite meets because I feel like I'm at home, and especially because we're here, we're in my home state.
There's definitely a lot more emotions in there. You definitely try to block it out. You try to pretend like it's any other team. But every time they hear, hey, next up on beam is Kimberly Ebeyer, especially with that big screen in there, you're looking up and you're rooting for her and you're hoping she's doing well.
It was great today because my entire family was here, and also some friends came and surprised me. It's nice that they are all here and they support us. And it's nice because in Michigan, not a lot of people, my grandparents, can't always make it up there. So it's nice coming here and being able to have a huge support.
I think I'm that person that tells her, no matter what life throws at us, we're going to make it. We're going to be okay. We always have. We always will. So I think me helping her out, I remind her not to take everything so seriously. And the world is not always crashing down on you. It's here to lift you up, and we're going to make this world ours, and we're going to have a fun time.
That does it for Ball State Sports Links Driven, presented by Stoops Automotive. Our producer is JC Obringer. For Allison Luthman and Alexis Williams, I'm Connor Onion, saying so long from Studio B.